Let's talk about Scrum. So, because we all know Scrum is the most popular currently, the most popular agile framework. It's not a methodology; it's a framework. So, of course, everybody wants to know why Scrum. I'm a Scrum Master, and I'm also an Agile certified practitioner. I have an advanced Scrum skills, and I teach companies and individuals and professionals to ease their transition from waterfall to Scrum. But why they are looking for Scrum? Scrum is the most simplified and most efficient way of software development currently, globally in the world right now. And that's one of the many reasons that Scrum is being used popularly like this everywhere. So why Scrum is that popular? And the reason is Scrum is very easy to implement. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to apply to your teams, to your software development teams, and very easy approach to software development. And that's why that you see on the last 10 years, Scrum trainings were popping up everywhere. You see the Scrum training online. You see another Scrum training in the companies. Companies were sending their employees to Scrum trainings. So and also since 2001, when after the first year Agile Manifesto was founded, Scrum popped up, and then companies had a chance to apply Scrum at the very first hand and then measure the efficiency. If Scrum works, if Scrum doesn't work. And then after 5-10 years of experience, then they decided to continue with the Scrum because their product development, their project management, all the other processes and all different methodologies, like everything in a product development standpoint, got better and better after they implemented Scrum. Let me give you a little example of how Scrum works, a little information. Scrum has 3 roles, only 3 roles. There are not many different roles like manager of managers. Scrum has only 3 roles. That's it. That's how we keep Scrum very simple, very basic. And so let me give you, let me tell you more about those Scrum roles. The first role is a Scrum Master. What Scrum Master does is simply, Scrum Master, to put it simply, Scrum Master allows the team to work in their high performance levels. That's what Scrum Master does. Scrum Master allows the team, the software development team or hardware development team, either way, to work in their highest performance levels. So how Scrum Master does that? Scrum Master is not a project manager. They don't assign work to individuals. They don't tell, hey, what you did. They don't criticize people, or they don't handle the resources or nothing. What Scrum Master does is simplifying the process, software development process, by tracking the issues in a software development team, and finding the impediments in front of the team members that will blocking them to perform better. So how Scrum Master does that? There are 3 roles that I mentioned: Scrum Master, and Scrum Master simply communicates with Product Owner, which is the second role in Scrum Rolls, simply communicates with its Product Owner daily basis, and also the Scrum team, which is our development team. That's how things work in a Scrum environment. So Product Owner is daily basis in communication with the Scrum Master, and Scrum Master is also in contact with with Scrum team. So we have three ceremonies in Scrum. I'm just giving you more information about how Scrum works. So we just finished the Scrum Rolls. Scrum Rolls, what are those? Scrum Master, which is what I do, and a product owner, and Scrum team. So we had three ceremonies in a Scrum environment as well. What are those three ceremonies? Ceremonies are actually the meetings. The first meeting is the most important Scrum ceremony that makes Scrum really Scrum today, is daily stand-up meeting. So what we do is simply all the Scrum team members and Scrum Master, and sometimes beneficially product owner, they all get together in the morning, most likely in the morning. So it's 9, 10 a.m. before everybody gets started to work. And have a 15-minute of meeting. 15 minutes of meeting. So what happens in this meeting is very simple. Scrum Master don't ask any questions and let the communication flows in a daily stand-up meeting. So Scrum team and product owner and Scrum Master talks to each other in a very homogenic, in a very very two-way communication, in an interaction, and Scrum team members talk to Scrum Master and tell them what did they achieve yesterday, and which means what did they accomplish yesterday, what work did they finish, and what are they going to work on today. And the last one, and maybe the most important one from my perspective, is what are the impediments they are having now? What are the roadblocks that blocking them to achieve the results that they desire? So these three questions are very important to address the issues that currently the team is having. And a Scrum Master takes notes and then goes back to the product owner, have a different meeting, or maybe escalate the issues, impediments, and road blockers to C-level executives or higher executives. That's how daily Scrum works. And the most important part of Scrum is daily Scrum, because that keeps everybody on the same page. And the second ceremony is sprint planning. So how Scrum works is a really broad question, but with sprint planning, let me tell you this. Let me say this: Scrum works with iterations. What are the iterations? Iteration means incremental delivery. We don't make a plan from the very beginning and until the end that has 12 months of product development. We don't do that. We do that in a waterfall methodology. We don't do that in Scrum or Agile. That's why Scrum is Agile. And being Agile means incremental delivery. It's very important, very important. Incremental delivery can only be achieved by using sprints in the product development process. So sprints, how sprints works. Let's say we have one iteration of product development and we want to finish a product at the end of the next 6 months. In waterfall system, what we do is we create a 6 months of plan. We create a 6 months of plan. But in Scrum methodology, we create multiple plans, and we divide those 6-month plan into different sprints because we want to incremental deliver, and we want to inspect and validate the minimum viable product that we create at the end of every sprint. That's how it works. So sprint planning is one of the most important ceremonies that supports this incremental delivery mindset. So in sprint planning, we sit down with Scrum team members and also with product owner, and make a plan of which features that we are going to commit in the next sprint, which features we want to build, what kind of product we want to build in the next sprint. And most of the time, sprints are only between 2 weeks up to 4 weeks. So what we did is simply, from my example, let's say 6 months of product development plan that we have to divide every month for 2 weeks or 4 weeks of sprint plannings. So Garrett has a question to everyone, and I want to answer that. And Garrett is asking, as a non-tech founder, can I be a Scrum Master? We are a small team of 4, and 2 of us are non-tech. How to prioritize roles? What roles come after Scrum Master? So, to your first question, as a non-tech founder, yes, you can be a Scrum Master, definitely. So you can simply attend to CSM courses, Scrum Master courses, Certified Scrum Master, given by scrumalliance.org. Scrumalliance.org will let you know where the next technical training will be held. And you can be a Scrum Master, and you are, if a team of 4 and 2 of you are non-tech, you can still build a Scrum team, because Scrum teams are 5 minus 2 minus or plus 2. That's the size. So the minimum size of a Scrum team must be, according to the book, I'm talking according to the book, and it must be around 3 team members, and the maximum 7, a team of 7, minimum team of 3, and maximum of 7. So of course, with 4 team members, you can build a Scrum team. But what is important in Scrum team is Scrum teams are self-organized, because there is no project manager here. So this is very different than the waterfall methodology. Nobody is going to dictate what other team members are going to do. So team members will grab the work and organize itself, and also estimate the teamwork, how long that feature is going to take, or how long that small bug is going to take, or task is going to take for us to complete. So these are the things that a Scrum team itself will only give a decision after a consensus, after a mutual decision. So you can have a small team of 4, and including you. So how you prioritize the roles? So if, let's say you're the Scrum Master, and you can also be the product owner. So this is totally fine. So what product owner does is actually was my second topic. So we talk about the Scrum Master, what Scrum Master does. But what product owner does? Product owner is the person responsible of ROI, everything related to ROI. So he knows the money, he knows the budget, and he knows what customer wants. And he knows which features are more important, and he knows which features and which tasks or features or design or anything related to product is less important. So before you jump into a sprint, before you jump into a product development cycle, you have to have a sprint planning that was well prioritized before. So this is highly important. Prioritization is a part of Scrum, and it's more important than waterfall systems. It's more important in Scrum framework than waterfall systems. Why? Because Scrum is more like laser focused work. So you don't want to create a 6 months or a 12 months or 24 months of long, boring project plan in an MS project. We want to focus on what we want to make first. So that's why the prioritization is very important. So you can be the Scrum Master and you can be also the product owner. So you are, because you're also wearing the product owner hat, that you are going to be the person that team is going to ask you, hey, Garrett, what do you want us to work for? Which features are the first ones that you want us to develop? And what kind of minimum viable product you want to see at the end of the first sprint, at the end of the first 4 weeks of cycle? What do you want us to accomplish? What do you want us to do? Those are the things that a product owner needs to answer. And product owner answers those by talking to either customer or either the sponsor in the company. So who is the sponsor? The sponsor is usually the vice president or CTO or CFO. Okay. And you do this planning and prioritization process in a sprint planning meeting. In a sprint planning meeting that I was mentioning, and that's the time there's all these processes and activities take role. And you also said what roles come after the Scrum Master. So as I mentioned, product owner and Scrum team, development team in other terms. So we have 3 roles in Scrum: Scrum Master, product owner, and product development team, which is Scrum team. So any other questions, please go ahead and in the group chat, please write it down, and I will do my best to answer everything here in this webinar. So we talked about 2 ceremonies. We said daily Scrum, daily stand-up meeting, and what we said is also sprint planning. And the third and the last one is, again, an important meeting, sprint review meeting. What is sprint review meeting? You can say, you can have an idea, you can have a guess, like you can assume that we are reviewing something, right? Because it's in the name, sprint review. So we have started developing some features in a sprint, right? We said 2 weeks or up to 4 weeks. Not longer than 4 weeks is not good. I don't think that's a good idea because it's too long. So let's say in that product, XYZ product in ABC company, we worked on 4 weeks of a sprint, it's our 4th sprint. We are going to have a sprint review meeting at the end of the sprint. The goal of this meeting is to validate the feature, the product that we have created, we have built. So team simply represents, a team leader simply represents the product that was created, and Scrum Master and product owner results are also there in that meeting, and product owner needs to see the product that was developed by the end of the sprint and validate and also accept the product. So that's the number one priority and number one and the most important conclusion and outcome of this sprint review meeting. Product owner needs to approve the product.